Tonight, I wanted to do a guided meditation on something really important to me. And that's the alleviation of anxiety about the state of the world right now. My intention is, for the next 5-10 minutes, to cultivate a kind of understanding of the world without ignorance, where we alleviate ourselves from some of the pain that we unnecessarily bring into our own heart when we look at all the pain happening outside. Naturally, we are empathetic creatures. If the world around us is in pain, we feel that too. But there's a way of feeling that which doesn't have to bring us down too, and in fact inspires us to be even more engaged with happiness in such a way that we bring more happiness to the world also. I'd like to begin by acknowledging some of the things that are happening in this world. But just before we do so, I ask you all, myself included, to be in a position, physically, mentally, where you feel open to this experience. Maybe that means sitting cross-legged. Maybe that means continuing exactly as you are. Maybe that means bouncing your leg up and down. Maybe that means playing with your hands. Maybe that means walking around your room. Doesn't matter to me, as long as it's comfortable for you. And I would begin by taking 3 conscious breaths together. So, it can be easy to be overwhelmed by these things. And so, bring to mind how you are in a safe space right now. Those who have a very active imagination and powerful mind, perhaps it's not so difficult to be carried away by the torrents of our psyche in the direction of suffering, destruction, loss, and death that so much of the world is facing right now, has been for a long time in many ways, and perhaps will for a long time too. Sometimes it feels like this world is ending, especially through our lens of childhood, when we've experienced times of relative peace. It seems like a lot of change is happening in the world, and many parts of it are getting darker. I just have to take a sip of water, otherwise my voice is going to go in a second. it seems as technology increases, yes, the more incredible miracles are able to happen medically, psychologically, and for humanitarian pursuits. My cat Sandy agrees. I don't know if you can hear him meowing. But as technology increases, also we increase in the ways that we can hurt each other. Technology has provided a way of causing pain anonymously. Technology has made it able to blow each other up without even looking at each other. You don't even have to be at the same part of the world. Somewhere in some room you can press a button and a missile is launched and your enemy goes kaboom. The state of warfare is very scary. The fact that our world was seemingly unprepared for a pandemic was saddening. And so many systems of government appear to be oppressive. These are the facts of the world, and we can't hide from them. But there's still a way to be peaceful. There is still a way to have compassion and empathy for all that suffering. There is a way to see all of the divisiveness in our politics, all of the barriers that we've set up between class, creed, ethnicity, gender. There's a way to see all of that, not hide from it, not try to think about anything else, but still be peaceful. There are two types of peace in this world: outer peace and inner peace. So much of the anxiety of the state of the world comes from this belief that in order to achieve inner peace, there must first be outer peace. That first, the conflict in my home, in my community, in my city, in my state, in my country, in my world, must come to peace before I can feel peaceful and safe. Let us challenge that notion today. Flip the script and instead choose to see it like this: that outer peace can only be possible when inner peace is first established. That the world can only be peaceful when its countries are peaceful. Its countries can only be peaceful when its states are peaceful. Its states can only be peaceful when its cities are peaceful. Its cities can only be peaceful when its communities are peaceful. Its communities can only be peaceful when our homes are peaceful. Our homes can only be peaceful when we are peaceful. We can only be peaceful when that peace develops within our heart. So, let us alleviate our anxiety by inverting our perception of peace. That peace is not the way in which things should end. It's the way in which things should begin with yourself. That you are allowed to be in an unpeaceful world. And be peaceful yourself, because only when we start with peace in our own hearts can we begin to change the world around us. How could it possibly be any other way? If peace in the world is our goal, which it absolutely should be, how will we know what that feels like if we don't first find that in ourselves? How can we possibly create an inclusive world if we don't make our own minds and hearts inclusive? How can we create a tolerant and accepting planet when we still have intolerance and rejection within our hearts? So, fear not of the state of this world when your biggest contribution to it is yourself. This world is in such a state not because there's anything wrong with you. In fact, if you go deep within yourself, you'll find that everything within you is already all right. We go into this world with nothing, we leave with nothing. Therefore, it's up to us to create change while we're here, and that is our destiny. That creation, given our temporary residence here, must only be because we have peace already to give this world. It cannot come from thin air. It's a possibility already within us. This possibility is not something this world offers us. It's what we offer this world. Your happiness, your peace is forged not by this world giving you anything kind, but by you giving everything kind. You don't have to take it all on at once. You don't have to make the world happy to be happy. Just be a role model for those around you, and let the fire of compassion ignite in their hearts as it spreads to them from you. And like a flame is not extinguished upon transferring its heat to another, because that possibility for generation of light already exists within the other, so too, the light that you shine on this world, in order to remind others of what's possible within themselves, cannot take anything away from you, cannot exhaust you. This body, this mind, is a part of this very world too. And so if we wish to give to it, we have to give to our bodies and minds. Give it the space for healing, for growth. Remember that every time you choose to give to your body and your mind, you're showing others how valuable it is to take care of theirs as well. I know you will do great things, but you don't have to do them when you still are working on peace within yourself. That is the priority. And once that is established, it is only a matter of time before you radiate that to those around you, and your home becomes one full of peace, generating peace for the whole community, expanding further to the city, state, country, and world at large. Remember, it is not selfish to work on yourself when the reason that you are working on yourself is to show what's possible for everybody else, so that you may be strong enough in body and mind to help the world around you. The best thing the world could receive from you now is a kinder version of you, is a happier version of you, is a stronger, is a wiser, is a more patient, inclusive, and tolerant you. And this is the nature of paradox. We cultivate these virtues not for us to seem big and for others to seem small, but because we find the whole universe reflected in ourselves. With these things in mind, how can we possibly be anxious when we know that the system is intelligently designed in such a way, this whole universe, this whole circumstance that we're in, so that we may find purpose, so that we may find meaning in what we have possible to achieve. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free of suffering. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. And we can conclude with 3 conscious breaths.